So this morning, I got an email from a precious woman that serves in her church and who I love. She writes this. She says, "Yesterday, I gave an extra large tip to my nail manicurist because she'll be out for 3 weeks having surgery. I felt really good about myself after having done it. Isn't that pride? Isn't that what I'm supposed to avoid?" Someone else noticed it, and I acknowledged that yes, that was the correct amount. Doesn't someone else noticing negate the good, pleasing God, that I would have gotten out of doing it? She quotes Jesus, "Don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing," from Matthew 6. Another example, she goes on, is that I went on a couple of mission trips because I wanted to help, but also because I wanted to visit the country where the mission was. I would say my desire to go was half one reason and half the other. Doesn't the desire to visit outweigh the helping? Doesn't that negate the pleasing God that could have occurred? Thank you for your time and attention. Don't you love her heart? That she's really wanting to serve God and that her motives would be in line with his desires. Um, First of all, we know that Jesus says it is more blessed to give than to receive. It's happier, it's more joyful, it's more satisfying to give than it is to receive. And so the satisfaction of being able to give to her nail person is a beautiful thing and one that she should feel good about. Pride, of course, is exalting ourselves above others and sort of being self-righteous and feeling good about ourselves because we're good, not because we've been a blessing. So I think you're always going to feel good when you do a good thing. Now, if someone notices, of course, it may be that it takes away a little bit from our eternal reward. But when Jesus says on the day of judgment, "I was sick and you visited me, I was hungry, you gave me something to eat," of course, everyone's going to notice when you do them a favor. So many good deeds are not going to go completely unnoticed. But Jesus does say in Matthew 6 that we don't want to blow a trumpet before we give a gift. We don't want to, be showboating or pointing to ourselves. When he says don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, he's speaking in a hyperbole because, let's face it, that's a little bit difficult to manage. But he does want you, when it's possible, to give in secret, knowing that God will reward you openly in due time. Now, she also talks about motives and whether going on a mission trip for purely good motives is even possible. I mean, she doesn't ask that question, but I would. I believe that our motives are almost always mixed. We don't ever have the certainty that our motives are completely pure when we do any good thing. In fact, the Bible says that the heart is deceitful above all things. This is Jeremiah 17. Desperately wicked. Who can know it? But it goes on to say that God searches the heart. And in Psalm 139, the psalmist invites God to search his heart, to know his anxious thoughts. We can put our motives before God and ask him to search them out and to convict us if we have impure motives so that we can shift from that. But I think we should never hold back from doing the right thing just because we're not sure if we have all the right motives. If there's a good thing to do, like going on a mission trip, I think it's a great idea to sign up and ask God to purify your heart. I love that this person reached out to me, desiring to be fully pleasing to God. Our hearts really do need purification. They are wicked and deceptive, but only God can do that work, and he does it over time. Please, all of you who might stumble upon this video, do the right thing that God puts before you to do, and do your best to do it for the right reasons. Do your best to do it in a respectful and secretive way when possible, so that God will be glorified. It's always nice if you can give something anonymously because the recipient has to wonder who gave the gift. They can be more grateful to everyone in their sphere of influence since they don't know who it was that blessed them. Giving is a good thing and it gives us joy. So be generous today. Experience the joy of serving and the joy of generosity. God will bless you for it, and one day he will thank you. I love you.